Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Welcome to today's session. We'll just give it one more minute and we'll get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Anusha. I recently graduated from the University of Connecticut, so I am I have been doing meditation all my life, all throughout my education. I started meditating when I was 5 years old. My parents started first, and then they introduced me to the technique. And I've been practicing Sejaka meditation since I was 5 years old. There's been so much change in my life, and I think sometimes I am a different person than everybody else because I feel this sense of self-introspection and I know a technique where I can kind of excuse me, I can uh, do like a self-diagnosis, and then I also know the self-treatment after that. So it is a great technique, and I really enjoy practicing it, and it has been a stress buster for me. For instance, I just coughed, so I think, like, in Sage Yoga, every single organ, every single part of your body, everything is connected through nerves. And what we do is we awaken this Kundalini energy, which I'm going to explain a little more soon. We awaken this Kundalini energy, and from that energy, we can give the vibrations that's generated to all of our energy centers. So, for instance, just because I was coughing right now, I know that there is something going on with my throat. Maybe because I know that I'm going to be speaking too much today, or maybe because I was on constant calls for the past in since morning. So different. So this is like the self-diagnosis that I just did, and the self-treatment that I have is when I'm meditating, I'll make sure to give vibrations to that specific energy center where I think that needs more attention, or that needs more that needs more, yeah, that needs more attention. So, Sahaja meditation in general, as I mentioned, is about awakening the Kundalini energy within us. So, the Kundalini energy, it is within all of us, just by the innate nature of us being human beings. It is present all throughout. It is within each and every single person. It doesn't differentiate between everyone. The Kundalini energy is sort of a black box within all of us. So it has been with us since our birth. It records like every single thing that we have done. It knows everything about us. It is a very motherly energy, which is why we call it, or we refer to the energy as mother. So we say Mother Kundalini. It's been there with us the whole time. And currently, the energy within all of us, it's at the base of our spine. The reason that it's at the base of our spine is because as children, when we were younger, the scalp area, it used to be very soft. The Kundalini energy used to be all the way at the top of our head, which is called the Sahasrara chakra. It used to be over there, and over time, as we start growing up, we see the world, we develop an ego for ourselves, we have all of these different distractions, and this Kundalini energy feels that it doesn't need to be used anymore because our mind takes over. So the energy, what it does, it doesn't go away. It just settles down and becomes inactive. So it's in a dormant state, and it settles all the way down at the base of our spine. So it was up here when we were children, when we were younger, and it goes all the way to the base of our spine as we grow older. So through this technique today, what we're going to do is we're going to again awaken that energy. So the energy that fell asleep or is in a dormant state, we are going to go through this process called self-realization, where we are going to awaken this energy within us. And so why are we doing this? Why are we awakening this energy within us? Like, what's the benefit? If you look at children, I'm going to relate this example back to why the energy went dormant. So if you look at children, they're always happy, they're not worried about anything, or they're not thinking about anything. And if you intuitively think about it, as we grow older, what happens is that our mind takes over. And what is our mind? Our mind is basically our thoughts. And our thoughts are always of the past or of the future. We are never in the present. And these thoughts are the reason for our stress because you're either thinking about the past, where and it's or you're thinking about the future. And both of those things are not within our control. We cannot change what happened in the past. We're not able to predict what's going to happen in the future. So by not thinking in a way, you're essentially eliminating the purpose or eliminating the root cause of stress. And through Sahaj Yoga meditation, we don't say don't think, don't use your brain. What we say is, or what we try to do, is achieve this state of thoughtless awareness. It sounds a little funny to hear where you're like, okay, thoughtless awareness, what does that mean? Like, I'm not thinking. Exactly, it is what it is. It is when you're not thinking or in a state where you don't have any thoughts. And this happens when there's a gap between two thoughts. So let's say I'm thinking about, like, okay, I have to finish this task, and then for a few seconds I'm not thinking about anything. And then after that, like 5 or 10 seconds, I'm thinking about, okay, what am I going to have for dinner? So that gap in between, what we're trying to do through Sahaja Yoga meditation is to increase that gap between the thoughts. And once we do that, over time, as we keep practicing this technique every day, in the morning, evening, 10 minutes a day in the morning, and then 10 minutes again in the evening, as we keep doing this, you will notice that there are going to be longer periods of time when you're not thinking, but you are completely aware of what's happening around you. So you're not thinking, but you know that, okay, there's like the candle next to me, or you know that someone rang the doorbell, or things like that. So you're not thinking, but you are completely aware. So that's where the word thoughtless awareness comes from. And that's the state that we all achieve, or are trying to achieve through Sage Yoga. And this state, a part of it is, and how do we get to this state, right? A part of it is awakening the Kundalini energy. And once this energy is awakened within us, it's very spontaneous. The thoughtless awareness that we feel, it's not forced. You're not telling yourself, stop thinking, stop thinking, stop thinking, because if you do something like that, it's never going to work. At some point or another, even telling yourself to stop thinking is a thought in itself. So Sahaja, the word itself, means spontaneous. So what we're trying to do is spontaneously, and Sahaja is also something that's born within us. It has two meanings. So what we're trying to do is spontaneously awaken the energy that is born within us, and which is the Kundalini energy. And once this energy is awakened, right? So the energy, as I mentioned, it was at the top of our head when we were younger, but now it's dormant in the base of our spine. So as we go through the steps, when this energy is awakened, it goes through all of the energy centers. So on our spinal cord, we have 7 energy centers. All of these energy centers, they correspond to different nerves, they correspond to different organs, and they govern different parts of our bodies. That's when I came up with, that's when I mentioned the self diagnosis, where I know that this specific energy center controls these organs. So my Vishuddhi chakra, the energy center that is around the throat, it takes care of my throat, ears, nose, and throat. So I know this, and what I'm going to do is through meditation and through Sage Yoga, I'm going to try to kind of give myself that vibration, and see if I feel a difference, right? If I feel better, if my throat is a lot less sore, or after I do like those 5 or 10 minutes of meditation. So again, we're not saying that medical science is not real. It completely is, but this is just a way to understand yourself a lot more deeper, and kind of a corrective action, right? And we're always trying to be in the state of the present, which is either not the past, not the future, just trying to be in the state of the present, which is honestly very hard to achieve. But through every day, as we keep meditating, as we keep increasing the gaps between our thoughts, this state is achievable. So, again, sorry, I was talking about Sahaja Yoga, things that are born within us. So, Sahaja, that's what it means. And yoga is basically union. So, the union with what? So, Sahaja and the Kundalini, what's born within us and what's absolutely spontaneous, it goes through all of these energy centers and on the top of our head. And what happens is this energy, it gets connected with the energy all around us. So you can call the energy all around us whatever you want, cosmic, divine, completely up to you. And this connection, like the energy within you to the energy all around, is called yoga, which is union. So that's how the word Sahaja Yoga comes. It means. And so that's basically just an overall gist of Sage Yoga. That's what we try to achieve. It's not like you are one day into Sage Yoga or you're 15 years. It completely is it completely is how much of time can you stay in thoughtless awareness? There are people that in the first day are able to completely achieve that thoughtless awareness state, but there are people who've been working for 15 years or like being who are in Sage Yoga for 15 years and they still have trouble achieving that thoughtless awareness state. And what we're going to do right now, or I'm going to play a video, which is of Shrimataji Nirmala Devi. Like everybody used to call her Shrimataji, which is an term of endearment for mother. So she founded Sage Yoga, and she traveled all around the world, gave realization, the self-realization technique to a lot of people. What she realized was humans were stressing themselves out. They were seeing, they were trying to understand what was happening all around them, and they would go into this loop where they just exhausted themselves. And she devised this technique that kind of provides a self-diagnosis and a self-treatment. So, without further ado, we can get started with the video that goes through the 7 steps of the self-realization. I'm going to quickly talk about them, and you'll be able to follow along with the video. So it's 7 steps. You can keep your palms open. You can keep it on your lap, up here, however you feel comfortable. You're going to use your right hand. So there are 7 steps. So the first one is on your heart, on the left side. The next step is the upper abdomen, lower abdomen, back up upper, heart. On the left side, the joint where the neck meets the shoulder, on our forehead, and finally at the top of our head. So in the video, all the steps will be explained. I would suggest removing your shoes and sitting on the floor if possible. If not, on a chair with your shoes removed so your feet are touching the ground. It's just that in Sage Yoga, we use all the elements around us. We use the fire, we use the earth. If you see, I have a candle up here, which is using the fire element to provide heat when our body is cool. So if you think about it, our body is a machine. The more we exert it, the more heat is generated. Sometimes we don't exert as much, which results in lethargy and things like that. But when we exert it overly, it results in overambitiousness and more overthinking and more of these problems where people are extremely active. And we use the ice for, or like the air for cooling the heated, and we give heat also. So it's using all the elements around us. For this particular self-realization process, we're going to use the grounding element. So we are going to use the floor or the Mother Earth, which basically increases the magnetic energy, and it just helps with more grounding. It feels nice to always walk bare feet in grass because you're more connected to the Mother Earth and more connected to nature. So we'll get started with the video. So again, I would recommend removing your shoes, sitting on the floor if possible. If not on a chair, then put your feet to the ground so you have that grounding.
Keep your eyes closed. First of all, please put your right hand on your heart. All the time, the left hand is towards me. Now, here you have to say, in your heart, with all sincerity, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times in your heart. This is a very fundamental question. Now bring the right hand on to the left hand side of your stomach, in the upper part. Here press it. Now this is the center of your mastery, your guidance, your Guru Tattva as they say. So ask a question, Mother, am I my own master? This is a question to be asked 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, bring your right hand down below, in the lower part of the abdomen. Now, this is the center from which all the divine work is done. All the pure work is done. So to ask 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. 6 times you just ask. As a result of this asking, the Kundalini starts getting awakened. Now to help the Kundalini rise, you have to cooperate with her. So please put your right hand on the left hand side in the upper part of your abdomen and press it on the stomach. Now here you have to say with full confidence to help the Kundalini to rise, Mother, I am my own master. This you have to say 10 times. These are the 10 commandments which you have to say. That, Mother, I am my own master. Now, 10 times with full confidence. Now, please raise your right hand to your heart. Now, here you have to say, again with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. You are the Spirit. But you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This you have to say 12 times. Now one has to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives. Whatever wrong you do, He forgives. So don't feel guilty and put your right hand across on the left hand side in the corner which is made by your neck and your shoulder. Now here you have to say, again with full confidence, 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Please say it. Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times. I am not guilty at all. Please say it. Please say it. Very hot. Now raise your hand across on your forehead. And it's a very important center. Here you have to say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it from your heart. How many times is not the point. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now, some would say that it's very difficult to forgive. But it's a myth that we do not forgive or we forgive. We do not do anything in both the cases. But if we don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. So please say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now please take your hand on the back agya, the same center, on the back side of your head and allow your head to rest on it and push it back a little bit. Now here, you have to say for your satisfaction, because you always feel guilty, that, O Divine, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. Please forgive me from your heart. Stretch your hand fully and put your center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a very soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard. Press hard your scalp. Now you have to move it 7 times, saying one thing which you have to ask for. Mother, please give us my self realization, because I cannot force on you. So you have to ask for it. 7 times, press it hard and move it 7 times. Very hard. Slowly, saying that.
We'll just stay in this silence for a minute or two. Just close our eyes and just feel what's happening all around on our palms, on the top of our head. We'll slowly open our eyes whenever we're ready. So that was the self-realization process. I hope you all had a great experience. This is only once. You don't have to do it every single day. What happens from now on is the energy within you has awakened. And if you felt anything on your hands, on the top of your head, congratulations. That means that the energy has started working. If you didn't, that's absolutely fine too. It takes a lot of people a lot more time to feel what's happening. And over time, as we keep meditating, we become a lot more sensitive to what's happening on our hands and on the top of our head. And if you felt a cool or a warm breeze, what that is called in Sahaj Yoga terms is vibrations. So ideally, when you have a cool breeze, it means that all your energy centers are balanced and you are in a thoughtless awareness state. And only when you are in that thoughtless awareness state, the vibrations come through, or like the cool vibrations come through. So now we're going to do a quick technique which is called balancing. And you can use this technique every day. It's very simple. It takes about like 5 or 10 minutes. What this technique helps us do is kind of not go into the past, neither go into the future. So, as I mentioned before, the thoughts that we have, they're either of the past or they're of the future. And in Sage Yoga, everything is symbolic. So the left side, it is the energy center or the energy channel that is responsible for the thoughts of the past and everything that basically the thoughts of the past and kind of it's more the emotional side. On the right, on the other hand, it is the sun channel. So the left is the moon, the right is the sun channel, and it generates heat. So if someone is overly ambitious, if someone overthinks, they have the right side that's a lot more overactive. So we don't want to think too much about the future. We don't want to think too much about the past. We want to be in a state that's in the present, and only when we are in the present, we are able to feel the cool vibrations on our palms and on the top of our head. So every day when I meditate, I wake up in the morning and I meditate, I clear out my left and my right channel, and I'm in balance, and then I start my day. And as I end my day, I do the same thing. I see how I'm feeling. Am I feeling heavier on the right? Am I feeling lighter on the left? Depending on that, again, that's where the self-diagnosis comes in. And as you just went through the realization, you are your own master. This is no magic. It's basically the energy within you is telling you what is happening. And a lot of things affect this. It's the place you're in, the things that you've done that day, and again, every day it's new. The vibrations are constantly changing. So let's get started with balancing. So the first thing that we do is whatever center we're balancing, the side. So we always start with the left. So we'll keep our left hand open. We can keep it on our lap, just less rest it. And the right hand is towards the Mother Earth. So for this energy center, we're going to use the Mother Earth to clear out um, all the imbalances. If you're sitting on a chair, you can let it loose. If you're sitting on the floor, then you can just slightly put your hand on the floor on the right side. And for the left, what we're going to do is we're going to put our right hand again back on our lap and left towards the sky with your palm facing towards you. So we're going to go through these two steps, and hopefully the way you're feeling, the vibrations change. So if you want to meditate by yourself, this would be a good way where you can just wake up, see what's happening. If you're feeling cool, warm, and based on that, again, the self-diagnosis, based on that, decide where do you want to meditate more on. So we'll close our eyes, and again, left hand on the lap, wherever you're comfortable, the right hand towards the floor, towards the Mother Earth. So we'll close our eyes. Mother, please remove all the thoughts of the past into the Mother Earth. Please free us from all the guilt, all the lethargy. Please remove all the thoughts that are affecting me from the past. Please give me the strength to be in the present. We'll now move to the right channel. So we'll put our right hand on our lap and the left hand towards the sky, the palm facing towards you. Mother Kundalini, please remove all the excessive heat from our right channel into the ether, into the sky. Please cool down the overactive, overthinking aspects of this energy channel. Please remove all the thoughts of the future. Please help us stay in balance so we can enjoy the thoughtless awareness. We'll just stay in this state for a minute. We'll bring our left hand back to our lap, keeping our eyes closed. We'll just feel what's happening all around on our palms, on the top of our head, and we'll just stay in silence for a few more minutes. I'm going to play some music. Music helps stabilize the attention. We can slowly open our eyes whenever we're ready. So I hope that you felt a little more different, a little more lighter, a little more peaceful If you did, that was the purpose of this session and of Sahaj Yoga just in general. So please keep visiting our website. In the sessions to come, in the few weeks to come, we'll be going deeper into the energy centers and the different energy channels as well. And we're going to understand more about what these centers mean and how do they relate to our daily life. So thank you so much for joining, and please see you again.